Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo man, we got the judge in the Young Thug case using the N-word, man. We gonna tell you a little bit about that. All right, we got artists getting their shows canceled as a result of what happened with the election, man. We also got the food voucher program. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that. We got artists going to jail, man. Monkeys on the loose, man. We also got racists on deck, man. You know what I mean? What else we got over here, man? I know we got something else. I forgot. We got artists getting hit with federal charges and T.I. on. Again, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source Show. If this is your first time to the channel, man, be sure to hit that like button if you feel any part of the content. We definitely appreciate that. That notification bell's waiting for your tap, so go and give it a tap. And that subscribe button's waiting for your subscription, man. So go and touch that too. Yo, check this out, man. That judge, what is her name? Paige Whitaker? Is that her name? Paige Whitaker, I think is her name. Let me do this. Yeah. Paige Reese Whitaker. All right. She was a judge in the Young Thug trial. Now, remember before it was the other judge. I forgot his name, man, but he looked just like Suge Knight to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to call him Judge Suge Knight. You know what I mean? He was getting everybody a business, making people write, like when the jurors wouldn't show up and stuff like that, they would have to write essays, 500-page essays in APA format. And stuff like, I don't even know APA format. You know what I mean? You're like, didn't you graduate from college? That don't mean I know APA format. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I graduated from college. Yes, I got a master's degree. Yes, I don't know APA format. Okay? And neither do you. You're like, I know it. Whatever. Listen, they got rid of that judge because Brian Steele was like, yo, man, this judge is wilding, man. You know what I'm saying? This black judge is wilding, making it difficult for everybody. Okay? Well, he didn't say it like that, but that's how I saw it. Anyway, so they got this white lady named Judge Paige Reese. Now, the race means nothing, right? The race means nothing. But to a lot of people, it does mean something. To me, when I look at the situation, I'm like, oh, Thugger going to jail with Judge Suge Knight. But when I saw the lady come, I said, oh, he probably going to get out. You're like, why would it be that? Because, man, because I just know how it is, man. And just as I suspected, Thugger got off. Just as I suspected, Thugger got off. Okay, my people's telling me the reason why that white lady let him off is because he wasn't destroying her neighborhood and her community with drugs. It was his, so he's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, that's quite the statement. I couldn't challenge it. Anyway, I'm just saying I couldn't, like, what can you say to that? Tell me what you can say to that argument, and then I can propose it back to my peoples, okay? My people say, yo, man, he was poisoning his own community, right? With the shenanigans, okay? And that's why Judge Paige Reese Whitaker was like, you know what? We'll let you out. What you think on that? How do you respond to that? Okay? What was his music and what they say he was doing? Did it disrupt black communities? My bad. Anyway, she said the N-word in reading some of the court docs, right? And then she apologized. So let's take a listen to her utilizing that glorious N-word. Take a listen. Source, I think this is clip 2. Take a listen real quick.
Right. Boy, you still drinking? Where you at? I gotta do it for Boo. These niggas lacking. Like, they're not doing enough to honor him or whatever. I don't know that you can say, you can say, oh, that means they don't have guns on them, but that would be quite a stretch.
I can't believe she said it. A lot of people, tell me if you had an issue with it, because, she let the man off the hook. She let the man off the hook. Is it okay for the judge? Well, first of all, she was reading something. She wasn't saying you know what I'm saying? She didn't say it with a hard ER type. She was just reading something. So as far as I'm concerned, you like, don't say it, Celeb. Don't say it. It's a slippery slope. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Y'all don't try it. Don't try it. You might could get hurt. I'm just saying. The judge knew. Like, the judge came back and she apologized for having said it. Take a listen to her apology.
And I was reading one out loud, and basically saying it as my eyes were going over it for the first time ever. And just reading whatever was on the paper, and I read out the word NIGGAS, which I hope that That was not offensive to anyone. It was certainly not meant to be offensive to anyone. I do not use that word. And it was merely, I should have been looking first before I said it, whatever I said out loud, to edit if there were, any offensive words. So I want to apologize on the record for that. Now, with regard to the song.
So somebody in the comments was like, them N-words are flying off the shelves since that election. I don't know if they're flying off the shelves, but something tells me that like folks be saying N-word in their house, man. You know what I mean? But look. You know what it is, man. Say that joint in the wrong place. See how it play out. You know what I mean? And make sure there ain't no folding chairs around. Anyway, the artist Dr. Waka Flame. This man he was standing pretty hard for Donald J. Trump, okay? Look, folks stand for Trump like they never would stand for Jesus. It's crazy to me, right? Every time I look in the comment section, Trump 2024, that's never Jesus forever. It's Trump 2024. I find that fascinating. They go mad. Yo, people went mad hard for Trump. They never said anything about Jesus in the comment section. It was strange to me. Anyway, Dr. Waka Flame standing pretty hard for Donald J. Trump, right? Only for people to find out that bro is damn near never voted. It was hilarious, okay? He never voted, okay? He got called out on that, only for him to respond by saying, my voice is louder than my vote. I said, that's true. I think that's an excellent response. He ain't just stumbled into being a doctor. You know what I mean? Dr. Waka Flocka, right? He said, my voice is louder than my vote. I felt that. I thought that was a hard response, okay? And I believe it to be true. With your voice, if you can't vote, your voice can still cause multiple people to vote in the direction that you would have wanted. So that's hard, right? He said, my voice is louder than, although he didn't carry out his own civic duty, but there could be reasons for that. He said, my voice is louder than my vote. A lot of people looked at him like, never mind all that. How the hell are you black and you vote for somebody that don't like you, bro? You know what I'm saying? And look, and bro was like, damn it, I said what I said. I'm a doctor. I said what I said. Now, I'm going to my meet and greet in D.C. because he had a meet and greet in D.C. I'm going to my meet and greet in D.C. only for the business in D.C. to be like, you ain't coming over here with all of that. We canceled your meet and greet. That's right. The business in D.C. canceled Dr. Waka Flocka's meet and greet. That's what they posted. They said, the person said, I love and support my community first and foremost. I am not a huge political or music person, and I truly had no idea about the views of Waka Flocka Flame, nor do I share his views. They said that part in boldface. I said, oh, they ain't playing. They said, my community has spoken, and the event for tomorrow has been canceled. I said, golly. I went straight to the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, yo, look, he's being punished. He's being punished for free speech. He's being punished. Look, I don't know if he's being punished. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just canceled it. If it was the other way around, would it feel like punishment? You know what I'm saying? But on the real, I think they did punish him. Look, if you had an event and you invited someone and later found out that they had views in agreement with people that showed disdain for your race, would you still invite that person and hold the event? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just put yourself in Dr. Waka's shoes like, oh, I'm the innocent party that was harmed, because you got a victim mentality. Don't just put yourself in his shoes, right? Put yourself in the other people's shoes. They're like, yo, man, you sided with the guy that disrespected Puerto Ricans. He didn't disrespect Puerto Ricans. Someone disrespected Puerto Ricans at his venue, and he didn't apologize on behalf of that person who they vetted to have said that. You know what I'm saying? And gave the okay to. He didn't apologize. He didn't apologize to, you know what I'm saying? To some of the people that he may have offended. So, you're like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You disrespected my mama, my peoples. You know what I mean? And and now I'm supposed to, allow you to perform at this venue, a meet and greet, so you can get paid, so you can use your voice and continue to promote the person that don't like my people. They're like, ninja, please. You know what I'm saying? So let me throw this out here to you. You heard about the voucher program situation being killed. You're like, what? Apparently, Mayor Eric Adams in New York is scrapping the voucher program that fed a lot of migrants in New York with free food and free hotel stays. All right. So real quick, right? Excuse me. The migrants, you like what you said. You got the COVID. You can't catch it through the thing. I don't got COVID anyway. Okay. I had that back in whatchamacallit. I think it was September again. And I'm afraid because they be like, yo, that's gonna be messing with your brain after a while. I'm like, am I getting slow and don't know it? Listen, so just in case you don't know, right? America has what we call sanctuary cities for migrants. So when migrants come over and they're not legal, there are certain cities and in certain states that they can go to where they're not, I guess, for lack of a better word, they're not pressed hard by ICE and stuff like that. So they loosen up the laws a little bit in those sanctuary cities. Okay, New York is one of the. California is a huge sanctuary city. New York is a huge sanctuary city. When these migrants were coming in, I believe through Texas, what wound up happening was. I think his name was Governor Abbott. I forgot his name, but it's the governor that he bust thousands of migrants to New York because it was a sanctuary city. Like, oh, you want to play them? Oh, we want migrants. We want migrants. You want migrants. You know we don't want migrants with Texas. You want to play them games, New York? So they shipped thousands of migrants to New York, and because they said like, yo, man, they're straining on the state's economy. So now New York is feeling a pinch. And so what they did was they had these vouchers that people can get like free food and free like hotel stays. You know what I'm saying? Take a listen to the news broadcast. Take a listen real quick.
News: the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Onier following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Well, Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
All right, there is that. Now, the migrant situation is really tricky, right? Because I was talking to my boy about it, and I'm trying to be fair as possible. You follow what I'm saying, man? Because, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not experiencing the migrant situation, but he is experiencing the migrant situation, then it's hard for me to really go hard about it because they're not sitting in my backyard. If they're sitting in imagine if you're not experiencing a migrant crisis, right? Like, think about it like this. If you got a backyard, imagine like mad people sitting in your backyard. Like, yo, can we stay here? You'd be like, hell no, you can't stay here. Well, that's what's happening in a lot of these sanctuary cities. Okay. A lot of folks are just sitting in their backyards and they got to deal with that. Now, let me just throw this out here. Okay. Because I had to ask my boy, you know what I mean? I said, let me tell you what the scriptures say. Okay. This is in Leviticus. It goes, and even though I know it's Old Testament and stuff. Oh, my bad. I know it's Old Testament and stuff like that, but it is what it says, right? It goes in Leviticus 19. It says, "Don't take advantage of foreigners who live among you in your land. Treat them like native-born Israelites and love them as you love yourself. Remember that you were once foreigners living in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God." So that's what God said to the Israelis when he was, you know what I'm saying, when they had their own spot. He's like, yo, man, make sure you don't mistreat them because you was once a foreigner. You know what I mean? You could take the same principle and apply it right here. The people that are currently here now, a lot of people, black people, white people, they're all immigrants. They're all immigrants, bro. If you're white, if you got white flesh, white pink skin, okay, right? If you got black skin, if you look fully cooked or you look undercooked, if you look raw, right? If you are not a Native American, your ass is an immigrant, okay? Regardless of whether Christopher Columbus discovered this great country, okay? You're an immigrant, white man, right? Black man, you're an immigrant. I be getting mad when black people be telling me about, they be telling me about, you know what I'm saying? Going back to the native, going back to our land. But I'm like, why you telling me in English? Why don't you speak that language, bruh? They can't. My bad. They're like, I didn't learn it. Well, go learn it. I don't want to. Then shut the hell up. And go yourself with your American speaking behind. And you'll find out they don't want you there. My bad. So with that scripture, right? My fault. You know what I'm saying? I got a script, but I kind of don't have to say that. I be freestyling sometimes. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? I be going off the rails. What I'm saying is this. The scriptures teach us that we are to treat migrants, whether they came here legally or illegally. We are to treat foreigners, right? Like they were native-born citizens. That's how we're supposed to treat them. I'm not saying it's easy to do for whatever reason. I'm just saying that's what the scriptures say that we're supposed to do. You're like, oh, well, it's not in the New Testament. You ain't never heard of the Good Samaritan? Who is your neighbor? You are their neighbor. Okay? Damn. Anyway, listen, man. Here's my question for you. What's my time looking like? Because I feel like I'm already over. Oh my God, this might could be a long video. I'm telling you out that gate, okay? If you're in a foreign land, right, and your family is starving, this is a real question. If you're, as opposed to a fake one, if you're in a foreign land and your family is starving, right, what might you be willing to do? See, because they cut the vouchers. No more vouchers, right? No more hotel stays. So the question is, if you, the listener, were in a foreign land and your family is starving, what might you be willing to do to feed your family? I'm afraid that's what New York may be faced with. You understand what I'm saying? Here's what makes it worse. For a lot of people, the most heinous and reprehensible behaviors suddenly become noble in their eyes when they're doing it for their children. You ever notice that? Look, even that gay stuff that folks look at, it was absolutely horrible until your kid became gay. Then magically you became tolerant. You don't notice that? Like all kinds of stuff is weird until your kids is involved. Now it ain't that bad. You ready to pass a law about that damn thing. Okay? Now that's one piece. Why? Come on, man. Y'all pull up. They all just stopping in front of my house. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't know, man. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Anyway, look, let me tell you about your favorite artist, man. He going to jail, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, the man tested positive. Hey, look, you know who the hell I'm talking. Stop playing with us, man. You know who the hell your favorite artist is. Tekashi 6ix9ine, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Listen, your favorite artist, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he going to jail. You like, damn, so they rounding up the Mexicans already? Hey, don't do that, okay? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Listen. Where I'm at over here. The lady just came out of her car from across the street and she looked like she has no torso. It's crazy. Sometimes it be that way. I ain't cracking no jokes. I'm just saying. So Tekashi 6ix9ine is going to do 30 years in jail for violating the terms of his supervised release, and bro got to serve another year on probation for testing positive for meth. Okay, so let me make it clear, because I might have said it weird. 30 days in jail for testing positive for meth and probation violations. The first 90 days, bro got to stay in the house, and he got to give up his passport. He can't travel internationally. That's right, bro. You stuck right here in America with the rest of us and the damned monkeys. You know what I'm saying? You're like, monkeys? Oh, yeah, well, you ain't heard about the monkeys, man? Apparently, right? Apparently. We might could go the route of 28 Days Later over here. You ever seen the movie 28 Days Later? That's one of my favorite films. You know what I'm saying? 28 Days Later, man. Or look, we might go the route of 28 Days Later, or at least maybe just the red state of South Carolina. Apparently, a police search is underway in Yamasee, South Carolina, after 40 monkeys escaped a research facility in South Carolina. You like, they must be your, no, they must be your ancestors. They must be your ancestors. Listen, this happened on Wednesday night. Officers have set traps, and are using thermal imaging cameras to locate the animals. Now, the residents of South Carolina are being advised to keep their doors and windows secured to prevent monkeys from entering their homes. If anyone spots a monkey, they say, call 911. Avoid contact with the monkey. Don't try to screw it, because you know that's how we got the disease. And most definitely, do not hand the monkeys your cell phone, because I'm almost positive they are the ones that are sending out those racist texts. You like, what? You like, what you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Look, I'm telling you, right? A wave of racist plantation texts has been going out across the nation to different people all across America ever since the election outcome. After Trump was elected, right? And as 47th president of the United States of America, okay? America, right? I heard one of the monkeys speak English in the back talk about, why are you connecting the text to Trump's election win? Cause you be slow not to, man. You know what I'm saying? Here's one of the texts. One of them says, this is what one of the texts says. It says, greetings, Samuel. I'm mad they address bro by name. You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 12 p.m. sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves, you must be talking about the ones that voted. Our executive slave, JK, don't get your panties in a bunch. Our executive slaves. Hey, look, I didn't say which side. Our executive slaves will come get you a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you've entered the plantation. You are in plantation group W. Close quote. Look, monkeys definitely wrote that. That one was mild. Here's another one, all right? Those of y'all with a sense of humor, y'all just might appreciate this one, okay? It's still wrong, though. The other one goes like this. It goes, congratulations. You have been pre-selected for our premium plantation. You'll be in a group CPS, that is cotton picking specialist. Due to your advanced skill set, we place you higher than other candidates or slaves. You will be the head nigger in charge. That is 99 of all of the cotton pickers on the plantation. Please arrive no later than Friday. If you refuse this is where it gets good. And by good, I mean horrible. If you refuse, we will send a group of slave hunter apprentices to come and capture you, and you will no longer qualify for the head nigger in charge. 100. Thank you. Trump administration. Close quote. I read that and I was like, I'm kind of mad. It was low-key funny. Now, the FBI has heard of this, right? And they are on the case, man. Hopefully they can handle that quickly, because if that Project 2025 thing is anything to go by, the aim is to end the Department of Justice and the FBI from being independent entities and turning them into arms of the White House. You understand what I just said? Okay? Like a secret police. You know who else has a secret police? Putin. You understand? The Federal Security Service succeeded or replaced the KGB, and they play a role in surveillance, targeting of political opponents, and selective enforcement of laws. So, there goes that. It would be low-key hilarious if you selected the man on fire to govern your house, and he slept on your and sleep on your couch, and he laid on it and burnt down your house. That'd be low-key hilarious. Where we at over here? Where's my time looking like? Let me see what my time is looking like, man. 22? Oh my gosh. Oh, let me give you this one about Lil Durk. Okay? It looks like Lil Durk has been hit with a few more federal charges, man. And this is connected to the murder again of Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab, right? Last night, I wish my AC worked. I mean, come on, man. Like, damn. I changed the water, the antifreeze, didn't I? Anyway, last night the feds formally charged Durk with one count of conspiracy, another count of use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, another count of using, carrying, and discharging firearms and a machine gun and possession of such firearms in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, okay? The lawyers said, Mr. Banks is charged with orchestrating a cold-blooded murder that resulted in the death of rival's family member. Not only that, the shooting occurred in the open, at a gas station, at a busy intersection, endangering many others in the area. Violent gun crime of this sort is devastating to our community, and we will have zero tolerance for those who perpetrate such callous acts of violence. Yeah, Durk is cooked. It's looking like bro's cooked. It's looking like he's cooked. Check this out, man. In addition to, after the election that took place, right, the changes that's about to be made look like they're going to get passed rather quickly. Like, you're going to see things change relatively quickly here in the United States of America, because I want you to notice, a Republican is president, okay? The Senate is led by Republicans, and the House is led by Republicans, meaning bills will turn into laws a lot quicker than normal. You know what I'm saying? Unless, like, folks are trying to pull the old filibuster. You know what I mean? I already told you about the vouchers program dying, right? Now, yesterday, this man ain't even in office. A Trump-appointed federal judge struck down the past administration's program that would allow unauthorized immigrants, this is Biden's program, that would allow unauthorized immigrants married to U.S. citizens to become U.S. citizens through marriage. In doing that, the policy is now declared illegal. The judge ruled that the program violates U.S. immigration law. So there's no more, once you become married, you're now an American citizen. You got to go through the front door. Let me see let me go to my shout-outs real quick. Dang. Yeah, man. Lots of changes, man. You're like, I thought you wasn't talking about politics anymore. I thought I wasn't either. You're like, oh, so you lied. I just changed my mind, man. There's new things coming out that are connected to this. You need to know what the hell going on. You need to know what the cuff going on, man. Gosh, I'm tired of y'all wanting to be dumb. You're gonna learn politics, or you're gonna find another channel that scratches your little simple itch, okay? If you don't want to hear about politics, roll up out of here, but just make sure you hit us with a like before you leave, okay? Check this out, man. Where we at over here? All right, Mr. Way said, this channel should stick to celebrity news. You don't know this about politics. Unsubscribe. Yeah, I don't know nothing about politics. Don't listen to me, okay? Basinoa Streeter. I've been saying your name wrong the whole time. You ain't never corrected me, bro. Basinoa said, you crazy, bro. You feel like you're going to be reporting on Kodak's death. Oh, you talking about from yesterday's video. He said, you trying to speak his death into existence? That's messed up. And then he came back and said, you wishing Kodak's death. I'm like, bro, I literally said that I pray he doesn't die. But you heard the opposite. That is baffling to me. If you can speak, think about this, Basinoa, okay? If you could speak things into existence, why are so many people broke? You ever thought about that, Streeter? Have you thought about why so many people are in prison? Can they speak into existence their freedom? Can they speak into existence wealth? No. Now, death and life are in the power of the tongue. I get it, right? And you can affect how your life plays out largely with the words of your mouth. But let me be clear. The prosperity gospel that's been perpetuated throughout America is theologically wrong. You understand? It is theologically wrong. You cannot speak wealth into existence. That speaking into existence comes from Romans 4, where the scripture says that God calls those things that are not as though they are. You understand? I think that's what it says, right? It's talking about God that has the power to speak things into existence. You're a human. Recognize your place. You cannot speak things into existence. It doesn't work that way. And if you can, prove me wrong and speak into existence being a billionaire right now. Do it right now. You can't. You know why? Because the prosperity gospel is false. It's a false gospel. You know what I'm saying? Only Americans have this weird teaching that they heard from freaking Creflo Dollar and whatnot, and the health and wealth prosperity gospel. It is wrong. It is not biblical. You understand? They took a couple of scriptures and twisted it around, but it is not biblical. You understand? You know why? Because there are poor countries on the planet. My bad. Where we at over here? Mysterious said, wait, what's my time looking like? This might could be long. Mysterious says, Celeb, thank you for all you do. Your comedy and reporting news, entertainment, and religion is highly appreciated. Okay, thank you. Mysterious said, I do understand why people are upset about the election, but I want to know what we are going to do as a collective. We see where division leads. I do believe that so many will be impacted in the next 4 years. It seems like it'll be almost impossible to hold him accountable since he has a Senate, House, and a judicial system. I'm just curious to see what we're doing other than throwing our lives into the hands of someone that we know is flawed and most likely don't have our best interests at heart. You got to vote on the lower levels. You got to vote on the lower levels. That's what I believe. I believe in order to make changes, you got to vote on the lower levels for people that align with your beliefs. You got to know what elections are going on around you, and then you got to vote in those directions. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll make the difference. That's number one. The other thing is, you should try to hold people accountable. Legislation, man, laws make the changes too. Laws make the difference. And you might have a particular legislation that you want, a bill or whatever that you want passed. And you might have to figure out. You got ChatGPT, you got the World Wide Web at your fingertips. You can make these things happen. Just speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Speak it into existence in the name of Christopher Columbus, the one that discovered America. Let me do my last story, because I got a lot of shout outs. So let me do my last story, and then I'm going to pivot back over to the shout outs, okay? And finally, listen, man, you might have heard, right? T.I. and Tiny, they went to court with their former friend, Sabrina Peterson. If I remember correctly, I think she stated that T.I. held a gun to her head or something like that to de-escalate a fight between her and Tiny. Apparently, she was supposed to pay some legal fees to the tune of $96,000 back in October of 2023, right? And she ain't come out her pocketbook just yet, okay? Now Tip and his wife want Peterson to be held in contempt of court. And according to the court documents, man, they want sis to pay a damn day. You know what I mean? Until Peterson pays the debt in full. All right? Their lawyer said, quote, this is what their lawyer said. They said, despite this court's repeated orders that Peterson pay T.I. and Tiny their statutory attorney fees and costs, Peterson has continuously refused to do so. Her blatant and non-compliance with the orders not only demonstrates a disregard for the authority of this court, but also imposes an unfair and ongoing financial burden on T.I. and Tiny, who have been forced to expend additional resources to recover the attorney fees to which they are rightfully entitled. Close quote. Them ninjas said financial burden, like they struggling. Hey, look, man, here's the thing. T.I. and Tiny may have just been awarded $71 million, but that does not absolve folks from paying them what they owe them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to think about it like this, because you're like, yo, man, why they stressing it? There's two ways you can look at it, right? If you got $1,000, right? I got $10, and I owe you $3. Am I wrong if I don't pay? You know what I mean? Consider this, right? Because I personally think I am wrong if I don't pay. You know what I mean? Even if you got $1,000 and I got 10 and I owe you 3, I technically owe you 3. That's my responsibility. Consider this. I have an ethical responsibility to pay my debt. Now, T.I. and Tiny, they did get their hands on 71 M's or something crazy like that, okay? It would be incredibly compassionate and empathetic for T.I. and Tiny to forgive Sabrina Peterson the debt. But technically, they're not obligated to overlook the debt. Here's the thing. one should not be so entitled as to demand forgiveness. You understand? Forgiveness is an act of grace, which means it's freely given. It's okay to encourage forgiveness, but it shouldn't happen under coercion. It shouldn't happen under manipulation, because it's important for people to fulfill their obligations so as not to reinforce a lack of responsibility. Am I making sense? You're like, oh, now that you're speaking on it, how many times should I forgive somebody if they keep violating? Well, Jesus said, okay, if you're really concerned, Jesus said in Matthew 18 and Luke 17, forgiveness should be endless. But let's make something clear. There should not be an enabling of behavior through the lack of accountability. You understand what I'm saying, man? It's important, and I believe sanctioned by God, to create the appropriate boundaries so forgiveness is not exploited. Does that make sense? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, man. What you think about that? Forgiveness. And I believe, we should forgive people, man. Jesus said in one passage, he was like, yo, man, if you got to do it 49, if somebody violates you 7 times in a day, then 7 times in a day they come back, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to forgive them, man. And I don't know. I be feeling like but that's a beautiful thing, though, because if Jesus is telling us to do that, that means he's willing to do that, which means that when I violate God, I'm really sorry because maybe I'm addicted to something, or maybe I got issues, he'll forgive me, man, as long as I don't take his grace for granted. Let me go back to my shout outs, man. Yo, man, I appreciate those of y'all that tuned into the channel, man. If you was waiting to hear that TI news, well, there you have it. I'm gonna pivot back over to my whatchamacallits, man, my shout outs, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. Let me finish the shout outs real quick. Shout out to Daryl DeChit Thomas. Daryl DeChit Thomas. Daryl DeChit Thomas. Boy, you the chit. The Chit Thomas said, Stockholm, Sweden is appalled. Because I asked the question, I said, yo, man, if you are from outside the United States, how do you view Donald Trump being, how do y'all view Donald Trump? They said, Stockholm, Sweden is appalled. All right? They're appalled at Donald Trump. So many people came up to me on Wednesday saying, what's wrong with the people in America? Well, the Chit, Thomas, Daryl, the Chit, you could tell them that I personally believe the people in America are sick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying like, oh, only the voters for Donald Trump are sick. No, we're sick. A lot of us are sick. Okay. A lot of us are sick. Whether you voted for Kamala or you voted for Donald Trump, people on both sides, super sick, mentally sick. Think about it, man. The first thing we think about doing to other people that disrespect us is murdering them. That's an indication that we're sick. A lot of us look at murder as a viable option for disrespect. That means you're sick. You're like, I don't care. I shouldn't be disrespected. Shut up. You're sick and you're stupid. Serious Jack. Serious Jack said, hey, look, it applies to me too, because sometimes I be thinking about that too. I ain't gonna lie. I acknowledge that I'm dumb too at times. Serious Jack said, I said it on your last video, but since you touched on it, I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. The majority of the people with college degrees voted Democrat. If you do not now see why Donald Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education and diversity, equity, inclusion programs, in other words, minority scholarships, affirmative action, etc., thus limiting education and access to it, then not only are you not quote unquote woke, but depending on your race, you may be the walking dead. If you do not understand this, then take off your helmet and we will go over it again after colors and shapes. Hey, look, if you are against, when you're a minority in the country, you're a minority in the country, and as a minority, you don't get treated the same because you're a minority. This is why they created this diversity, equity, inclusion thing. Equity, not equality. Okay, equality is a different thing. You need to look up what equity is. There's a difference. You understand? We do need these programs. We really do need these programs, man, for a variety of reasons. Y'all know that. And I felt what you're saying, man. Like, I felt what you're saying, man. Scrapping the Department of Education is problematic, okay? It would limit education, people's access to education, because the poorer communities will not be able to educate their peoples in those states in order to be able to get access to whatchamacallit. Ooh, I gotta turn this in. All right, so let me hurry up on my shout outs. I'm gonna have to add some shout outs on the back end. Geronimo said, yo, what's good, Celeb? Why does it seem like you're always somewhere that somebody's either about to crash into something or does crash into something? I got an eye for that kind of thing, man. You know what I mean? There are some people like they can hear money drop to the floor like coins because their ears are tuned to that. You know what I mean? I'm tuned to gravity, knocking people down. I love it. Kerwin Wilkinson said, I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, and me and my people don't mess with the orange guy. So he's saying in Africa they don't mess with Trump. In our eyes, he's a dictator. Look, a little less than half of Americans, I don't want to say that many, but a lot of people that voted for Kamala also see that he is going the direction of a dictator. It's all the earmarks of a dictator. Now, I just told you, wanting to dismantle the independence of the FBI and making it an extension or an arm of the White House. That's like the KGB. You understand? Watley Transpo says, Celeb, I ran to the comments because I want to know why didn't you cover the breaking news about the 43 monkeys that escaped in South Carolina from the biomedical COVID lab? Is that where it was from, the COVID lab? I heard it was it was called the Research Genesis Lab or something like that. I don't know. I don't like the way it sounds. It sounds crazy. But thank you, Watley Transpo. You reminded me to add that story to today. Okay. I think that's enough. That's enough. All right, look. Didn't I have some others? Man, I thought I did. Didn't I have somebody? Didn't somebody? Street Wave Station? Street Wave Station said, Trump 2024. I'm like, Jesus forever. How about that? You want to do that one? Or you scared? You don't want to do that one. You don't like Jesus. Okay. Jason said, here in Panama, I met many people saying they like Trump, but they know nothing about North American politics. But it's normal. My people been color struck. May we be blessed. Maybe be blessed. Okay. A lot of people are color struck. Real talk. That's real. That's real. And Bo, you are the last one here. Okay. Bo said, I'm from Haiti. The way I view Trump is, although he's racist, bigot, power-hungry monster, he's good for America. At least he thinks he has America's best interest in mind. But it's just that. He is good for America, not the outside world. His parents and wife are immigrants, and he tried to keep all the other immigrants out. So why don't they get a chance like you did? My country of Haiti is disappointed because of the Biden humanitarian program they was getting paroled in. Now that Mr. 47 is in power, he said he was going to start mass deportations. How would you feel if you was being threatened to be sent back to a gang-riddled country? And I live in the capital. I'm a witness to it all. Keep up the good work. I hope you see this, Wendy. You know what I'm saying? I see it. I read it. And what you said is real. You know what I mean? That's how, I just want to know how people felt outside of the United States. Here's the last shout out. It's got to go to Miss Lachey. She hit us with $20. Miss Lachey, boy. I'm convinced she's rich. She must have spoken into existence because she hit us with $19.99, man. Once again, she hit us with the 20 piece. Okay. She said, I just wanted to say thank you for being courteous, courageous, and considerate towards all of the subjects. I mean, I try to be. She said, no matter how you felt about it. And especially, I just wanted to say thanks for that video of the guy sliding down the stairs while on the phone. Hey, look, I'm like, yo, man, gravity, the irony is that gravity never lets us down. You know what I'm saying? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source, Celeb News.